Hi Aries, welcome. So Aries, this is going to be a reading. I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. My readings are timeless, so I just trust that whenever this finds you, that's when it's for you. So Aries, first card out the gate is the 6th house, Virgo energy. You could be connecting with Virgo or have that in your chart. And or it's just the overall influence, which is talking about work, details, health, your well-being. It also talks about diet, interestingly enough, and your GI health. And it also talks about daily rituals, your daily habits, and taking a look at that. So I don't know, some of you might be in the space, Aries, where you're looking to, rejuvenate your body, or maybe considering, changing some of your daily habits, etc. Often I think we think of the New Year's as like our time to, kick bad habits and bring in new habits. But I mean, really, it could happen any time of the year, right? Like, it doesn't have to be around New Year's. Some of you, because New Year's is being highlighted, maybe that is your New Year's resolution, or in 2025, maybe things that you've been wanting to work on are actually going to come into focus, right? And you actually may be making progress on some of those things. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about health, although I feel like some of it is around health and well-being, but it could also be, again, around your work or your work environment, your home environment, things of that nature, right? So very interesting message to get us started. Let's go a little bit deeper and see what else does Aries need to know. What else does Aries need to know? As I was meditating, by the way, for your reading, there was a bird sitting outside of my window. There's a window behind my camera. And he was just a chirping and a singing and a chirping and a singing. It's actually quite lovely. I thought I would share that with you. Okay, so we have 3 cards here: creativity, participation, and guilt. Interesting combination, right? These 2 cards are very similar energies and very colorful, vibrant type of vibes. It's about literally tapping into your creativity. And again, this could be particularly around hobbies, work, your goals, but also it could just be being creative with how you utilize your day or how you go about things. Participation does talk about group activities, working with other people, working with the people. So you can expect maybe some group activities in this upcoming month, and or family gatherings, friend gatherings, things of that nature being highlighted. And then this is interesting to me. You have the card of guilt, and this card also talks about shame and blame. So where are you needing to be a little bit easier on yourself, Aries? Where can you let go a little bit of that guilty conscience or whatever's been weighing on you, right? I feel this is your energy, but because it's a general, it could also be that you're dealing with somebody who has a guilty conscience, but we shall see. So let's go further. Aries, what does Aries need to know? The Hermit. And it's interesting that I got Virgo energy, because when I think of Virgo season, I think primarily of September, although yes, we can have some Virgos at the end of August as well, but I primarily think of the month of September. And right before I was going to do your reading, I got a song in my head, and it's September. You guys know that song? I think that's the name of it. I hope you know the song I'm talking about, or I just sound like an idiot. But anyways, look it up. The song September. So anyways, all that to say, like, there could be something significant that came about in September, or that will be coming about by next September. Maybe like bookmark this reading and come back to it. I don't usually get time frames like that, but I wanted to point that out. So anyways, You have the Hermit here, Knight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. I wasn't ready for that one. And then the Seven of Wands here. So to me, this card combination is talking about like taking your time, Aries, not rushing things, you know, being logical about whatever it is that you have going on in your life right now. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who takes their time, who thinks things through. The Hermit is kind of like this introverted self-reflection type of energy. And then next to it, you have the Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands, which is about, you know, looking to your future. But then at the same time, it's like kind of wanting to be in your own little bubble here. So I feel like, Aries, you might be really keeping to yourself lately, or keeping your thoughts to yourself, your future plans. It's a lot of, again, like self-isolated energy, which isn't really like Aries energy, but hey, we all need a break sometimes. So I feel like, you know, maybe you are needing a break, right? A time to rejuvenate yourself or do things for yourself as opposed to other people. There's a sense of like wanting to keep your peace here, and like needing that peace of mind, right? And it feels like to me like you're trying to shut out the world almost, or to kind of shut yourself off, especially from like the opinions of others, or maybe social media, or, you know, the events of the world, which can be quite overwhelming, especially during this time, especially in the US right now. You know, so I feel a sense of like needing to cut it off or detach from it so that you can kind of preserve your peace of mind. And then you have the High Priestess here, the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, which again, all isolating energies, right? So it's interesting that I got the card of, oh, that's why. I was going to say, sorry, connecting the dots. It's interesting that I got the card of participation in groups, because, and it's next to the card of guilt, because I feel like what I'm picking up on here is like, maybe you feel guilty because you don't really want to participate. You know, are you forcing yourself to participate or to be a part of something that you don't really want to be a part of, Aries? Like, you know, don't force it if it don't feel good to you, right? And certainly don't beat yourself up or feel guilty over it. Like, hey, you have the right to choose your individuality and to set yourself apart whenever you need to. But it's like, I don't know if you're feeling pressure to participate or to go to some sort of group outing, or I don't know what this is that I'm picking up on, but I feel like there is a lot of resistance around it, and it's like a sense of like, I would just rather be by myself, you know, like I don't want to involve other people. It's more about connecting with what feels best to you, Aries, and what your intuition is telling you, and catching up on your sleep, you know. Again, like, I feel like your health and well-being is priority, and yet how many of us make that last priority? A lot of us, especially in the US, you know, we tend to put money above all else, then relationships, and then ourselves, and then our health and well-being tend to fall to the end of the list, especially for my feminine people. But it should be a top priority, right? Because without your health and well-being, you don't have anything to give. So it's about taking that time for yourself, and, you know, not forcing yourself to participate here, Aries, in something that you're not really jiving with. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to choose your peace, and no, you don't have to feel guilty about it, right? So let's see what else for my Aries. I just got these overalls today in the mail. Aren't they super cute? Look at their legs. I'm sorry, I just showed my feet. Sorry. Aren't these like totally hippied out? I love it. Anyways. Back to you. Back to you. Okay, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Yeah, some of you are dealing with something that's quite emotionally exhausting. You know, that you're not ready to share with the world, and you don't have to share it. And it's like, I feel like there's so much pressure to like participate in the world right now, or to do your usual, what you would usually do, your 9 to 5, or participate in the family events or whatever. And I actually feel like you wanting to go your own way, you know, go a different way, or if at minimal, have some time to yourself. There's something that's coming up emotionally that feels difficult to deal with, and it feels like, you know, the best thing that you can do for yourself, Aries, when you're feeling that way is maybe to isolate, is to get some sleep, is to meditate, is to kind of shut out the rest of the world. And yes, I do also mean shutting your phone off, or at minimal, like your social media for a day, you know, give yourself a little break there. Only view content that feels good to you, read books that feel good to you. And if it doesn't feel good to you, then take a sabbatical, you know, fast from the negative energy of the world. And that can be so difficult to do, especially in this day of age where it's just thrust at us all the time on the news and in the media. And, you know, it's like, my gosh. And yet there's so much well-being on this planet that's not being observed. It's not being reported on. And yet the sun rises every day, and the tides know when to come and go, and the birds know how to migrate. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more good happening on the planet, but it's really difficult to see that when we get caught up in the plight of the world. And maybe for you guys, I'm getting like world events, but it could be as, you know, small as like getting caught up in other people's opinions, or work drama, or just, you know, all of the different things that pull at you and say, look at me, give me your attention. And it's your turn to say, Aries, to look back at them and say, not today, not today. Today, I focus on things that feel good to me. Today, I prioritize my well-being and my peace. And just make that top priority, because I feel like you need it and you deserve it, right? And then when you come out of this rejuvenation period, and this could be a minute here, I feel like you're going to have that re-sparking of your energy and your creativity, and then that'll be a good time to move forward. So let's see what the guidance from the Law of Attraction cards. Then we will jump to the you versus them reading. Inspired action is always pleasurable action. Card number 34. The dominance of your thoughts is what brings everything to you, and is what is behind the action that you offer. By seeking good feeling thoughts that align with your source, your action will then always feel good. You cannot muster enough action to compensate for misaligned thought, but action that is inspired from aligned thought will always be pleasurable action. Wow, very interesting. All right, let's go to the you versus them love reading. I'm going to clean these cards up and I'll be right back. So sit right there. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. So Aries, whoop, we already got a card out. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person that you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so the roles can be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to, yada, yada, yada. I feel like you guys know how this works, right? So let's get straight to it. You have the card of sharing, and this person has the card of isolation. I don't know if you can see the depictions on those. So it may be that Aries, you're showing up in a more generous, caring, nurturing type of energy, and this person, you know, might need a shoulder to cry on. They might be going through a very isolating time period, or have something going on that's causing sadness, depression, things of that nature. We shall see. But let's go further. I'm going to look at recent past. And then I'm going to look at how you both see and feel about each other in the now, and then most likely outcomes. So recent past for Aries, 3 of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. So I feel like Aries, and I just got a song in my head, and it was the Eagles. I can't fight this feeling anymore. Okay, so I don't know if you've been having like a nagging feeling about something, or you know, your intuition is kind of nudging you, but I kind of got a similar message in the spiritual reading, so I just want to put that out there, take it or leave it. But you have the 3 of Swords, sorry, 3 of Cups, Queen of Swords, 10 of Wands. So this is about, you know, reuniting, things coming together, emotional support. And then the Queen of Swords is a very intellectual type of energy. It's more logic driven than emotion driven. And the 10 of Wands is a difficult energy. It's hard work, you know. So I feel like some of you quite literally have been maybe working really hard to try and stay, you know, more logical than emotional when it comes to this person or when it comes to this connection, so that you could be maybe more emotionally supportive to this person. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to be emotionally supportive to someone when we ourselves are all caught up in our own emotions. So I feel like you more so taking this stance, Aries, of like the cool, calm, collected, or at least trying to appear that way, despite what maybe struggles you're going through or that you're feeling, right? So let's see this person's recent past. Aries person you're connecting with, recent past. 10 of Swords. Queen, my goodness. Did you guys see that? That card like came out on its own. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, the Tower, the 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Not crazy about that energy. Wow, and this is all showing up in this person's recent past. So the 10 of Swords to me is exhaustion, but it can also talk about endings, betrayals, things of that nature. And it's next to the Queen of Pentacles, which is a very practical and grounded energy. But it's also next to the Tower, which is the opposite of that. It's very unpredictable, very not grounded. It could be, you know, a shakeup or something that very unexpected coming through. So I feel like no matter how grounded or practical this person was, Aries, they may have had something come through, a life event of some sort that really shook this person up and put them in a place of, you know, feeling untrusting almost of others or the universe or you name it. It's almost like they feel like there's a veil here, you know, and something that I feel like they're having difficulty moving past that feeling of just not feeling safe and secure anymore, kind of always having their guard up, always looking over their shoulder, or, you know, waiting for the other shoe to drop. A sense of feeling of distrust here showing up as well. So there's a lot going on in this person's energy. So let's go deeper. How are you perceiving this person in the now? What does Aries think of this person in the now? Knight of Swords and the Fool. 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, and there's that 7 of Swords. I do not like the 7 of Swords, guys. So there's definitely like a sneaking suspicion here, okay? I'm getting the word specifically suspicious or suspicion. Something about that showing up here. Now, with the Knight of Swords, it is like fast movement forward. This is fast communication. Not always the most well thought out, though. It's next to the card of impulse. So there could have been like some impulsive communication coming through. I don't know, that just feels off to me, or like something's off about it. And I know I'm supposed to be talking about like how you're perceiving this person, but that's the message that more so wants to come through. But yes, as it pertains to how you see this person, you may have rushed things with them, took a chance because maybe you know, believed in this person, or you still believe in this person and what you have together. And yet there's something going on behind the scenes here, and it feels iffy to me. So let's go deeper then. How does this person view Aries? Page of Pentacles, Three of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. So I actually feel like when it comes to how they think about the connection, it's pretty, I guess the word I want to use is pure. I don't know why, but it's like they see, Aries, you as like somebody that, an opportunity, somebody that they can build with. The Three of Cups is emotional support system, but the Three of Pentacles is also, like, practically speaking, beyond providing them emotional support, you can actually provide them maybe, I got the word physical surroundings, things in the physical as well, materialistic things, all right? So they see a chance here. They see an opportunity. They see potential, right? So that's interesting. So let's go deeper. How do you feel, Aries, underneath it all? What are you feeling about this person? Temperance, the Five of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the King of Wands. So there's a sense of like feeling at odds though, like not really sure how to feel or what to think, trying to figure it out, okay? I feel like there's a lot of back and forth in the heart space, and yet there is this like undying loyalty showing up, or this fixation here showing up, Leo energy for some of you. But it's just like, and if I could say anything about that type of energy, it is unwavering. But it's weird because I feel that yet there's still like questioning going on, or like feeling at odds about something when it comes to this connection. And we're going to get to the bottom of that. So let's see what's going on in this person's heart space. How do they feel about the Aries? Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the World. So it's interesting to me that the Two of Swords showed up, because what I was going to say is, to me, this card combination is like wanting to give you the world, feeling like your soulmates, genuine reciprocity within the connection, a sense of wanting to give and be generous. And yet there's this Two of Swords here. Now, to me, the Two of Swords is insecurity more than anything, but it also talks about doubt and indecisiveness, not trusting one's own intuition. And I feel like that's what's serving as a blockage here within the connection. And I don't know if it's because like this person's been burned in the past, or maybe you've been burned in the past, but there's like an underlying issue showing up, and it's around developing trust, okay? And it creates like this back and forth, or this blockage within the connection. And yet when I went into their thought space, it seems like there's pure intentions here. So I don't know if they're questioning your intention or what you got going on, or like if in the past, this person created trust issues within you, and now it's kind of hard to see past that, or something like that going on. But it's definitely impeding or acting, like I said, as a blockage. So let's go deeper, or let's go into the future then. Where is this headed then for Aries? Which certainly could be changed with free will, but let's get a snapshot. Nine of Cups. The High Priestess. Oh, Justice. I'm not going to keep those. For some reason, I don't feel like those are the right cards. But I'm going to take note of them. Eight of Swords. Page of Swords. So, Aries, there's a sense of like, you know, of success here showing up, absolutely. And the success comes when you listen to your intuition. And it's only when you doubt yourself, like when you go into a doubtful or an insecure or a more negative mindset, that it creates like a ripple effect here. And I feel like it's overstimulating your brain as well. So the Page of Swords is like learning something new, okay? But it also talks about like skepticism, okay? So some of you are like, you're literally your own worst skeptic, where like your intuition is like showing you something or showing you the way, and then you're like, you know, not believing it, not trusting it, maybe looking or reading too far in between the lines, or looking for a problem, you know, things of that nature that are actually throwing resistance on the trail and making things a little bit more complex than they need to be, Aries. And maybe you have good reason, maybe you don't, but it's like they don't want you to question your own intuition. But you know, a lot of people don't know the difference between intuition and fear. And I'll tell you how to tell the difference. Intuition feels like clarity. It feels like joy. It feels like aha. It feels like I know. There's no doubt in it, because doubt and intuition are two different vibrations, right? Paranoia and clarity, two different vibrations. And I'm sure if you thought about it, you could tell, right, the difference in how it feels. So I guess when you're asking yourself, is this intuition or is this fear or paranoia or some other emotion, ask yourself, how do I feel? If it doesn't feel like clarity, then it's not intuition. Think about that. All right, so let's see what this person, what is their most likely outcome? Justice, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is weighing something out here. They're like of two minds about something, going back and forth. And I think it has to deal with like whether they want to maybe continue to work on things or continue to dedicate themselves to whatever it is that they have going on in their life, or you. It could be one or the other, whether or not they want to work it out with you. But it doesn't have to be that. It could be that they're going back and forth, you know, and weighing out whether they're going to stick with something. I just feel like they have something that they're going back and forth about, and it's causing doubt and questioning, I think, in their heart and in their mind, and it's kind of bringing up the past as well. And, you know, in a weird way, it's like the more they try to compare this to something from the past, the more confusing and convoluted it becomes, because you never quite remember the past exactly as it actually occurred. And that's what's really tricky about rehashing things from the past, because our minds will play tricks on us. And this is why you could have like 10 people watch the same exact, you know, scene unfold, you know, and yet all 10 will give a slightly different recount of what actually occurred in that moment. And it's because, one, they all have different, slightly different perspectives, but also over time, your memory or your mind, you know, sometimes changes the story a little bit. And so it's like the more they try to reach in the past to make sense of the now, the more now it doesn't make sense. So how to figure it out? Well, how do you feel right here and right now? Because that's the only thing that matters. And what happened up until now is kind of irrelevant because you can't change it. And trying to rehash it is making this more muddy. And I was going to ask for clarification on the Seven of Swords. And I see a bunch of cards came out. So let me see. Because I wanted to know what in the past caused this confusing, like, behind the scenes, non-trusting energy. And so I feel like, you know, this person may have made some decisions in the past when they were depressed or something, or like when they weren't feeling their best, and, you know, thought that maybe there was going to be growth or an investment, and it turned out to be very restrictive and something they ended up having to free themselves from energetically, spiritually, emotionally. Yeah, some sort of tie or bond here. But you know what? I feel like it has served its purpose, and this person is okay to kind of relinquish that fear. I feel like it's a fear that they have. And instead listen to their heart based on what they know now. Because I feel like the Page of Cups is here to say, like, this person is open to, you know, fresh new beginnings. But in order for them to attain a fresh new beginning, they must relinquish the past. And the same advice goes for you, Aries, if you are also holding on to something from the past. Although I don't feel you are, but you might be. So let's see what the guidance is. Card number 27, billions of us are living in perfect diversity. The diversity of your planet is of tremendous value and benefit because from variety springs all new ideas and expansion. Without the diversity, there would be complacency and endedness. You are billions of people living the perfect diversity just as you knew you would, constantly asking for improvement and thereby setting up for the next generation that improved life experience. If you understood that and no longer clamored for the one right way to live, things would go better for you and sooner. Wow, very interesting. So Aries, we're going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs that you may be connecting to or have in your own chart. I have Pisces here, Libra, Leo. Oh, so many. Leo again, Scorpio. Sagittarius, Aries, and Taurus energy. Those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading, so it could be any sign. I had Virgo in the spiritual reading as well. But again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe so you can find me on, so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do have content over there, all of it linked in the description below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very best. Oh, and I am in the Fab Over 40 contest. I made the top 15. Yay. And the next round starts soon. So if you could cast a vote, you can cast a vote for free every day using the link in my community section or on my Facebook. I would greatly appreciate it. But do not pay for votes. It gives you an option to pay. Don't pay. It's not that serious. But I would appreciate your free vote. But either way, loving you so much. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.